Alright, ready?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What up, everybody? Oh, dude, you're totally muted.
Welcome.
What the hell? Just kidding.
Oh, it's like I looked at my mic right away. I was like, oh shit.
I'm just kidding, bro.
What is going on? Welcome to Cards in Hand, Nerd Geek Discussion Whitey Variety Hour. God, you're such a nerd. But that's what we're here for. We're here to do nerd things and show off nerd things. Wait, show the picture of her now. There you go. She's beautiful.
It's hard because of the glare. But nerf this. Fuck yeah.
That's what's up.
One
That's
down.
what's up. Welcome to...
One down, 21 more to go now after Ana gets introduced.
Then they're gonna release more characters. Shit.
I know. No, believe me, I'm well aware.
Welcome to Cards in Hand. And this is episode, what now?
19.
Episode 19, July 14th, 2016. On Saturday, it will be my birthday, so if you want to send anything, you can send it to Cards in Hand P.O. Box. Just kidding, we don't have a P.O. Box. I will be...
All cash presents can be sent to joel.morazzo@gmail.com.
I'll be 26. 26.
Damn,
I think
dude.
when we started the show, when we first started the show, I think I was 23. And then we did it for like a year, and then we didn't do it for a year. So yeah, I think I was, yeah.
Wow, you're really
That's
old
awesome.
now, dude. You're so old now. Holy shit.
I don't feel that old.
Well, you look it, so. Well, I guess happy early birthday. I mean, we won't do it on the show until after your birthday, so.
Oh, fuck you then.
Cool.
Fuck you then. So yeah, later in the show, we're going to be talking about EVO since it's this weekend. And if you're wondering why I didn't go, it's because I'm a pleb and I still suck. So plus
I was
didn't
going to
have
jokingly say it's because you suck at fighting games, but
yeah.
you're not.
The only game I'm good at, I don't think they're even playing this year, but or that I would be decent at. I don't think they're playing this year, but later we're going to talk about for the main topic, we're going to talk about EVO and the evolution of esports and how far it's come, how big EVO has gotten since it started in 2003, I think it was, or 2002, one of those. And then, you know, just the evolution of Daigo, like, and all of them, and Team EG, obviously, Team Mad Cats, Team Razor, all of them. Yeah, but let's get into it, dude. What have you been playing this week?
Obligatory Overwatch, obviously. PTR.
Obligatory.
But I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit, because that definitely has to be mentioned at some point.
Oh, for sure.
Public test room. Yep.
Yeah, dude, and we will link that in the show notes on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube later. Mm-hmm. So, did you play more Star Ocean? I'm seeing here that it looks like you played more Star Ocean.
I did. I'm slogging through it at a very slow pace, but there's other games that I want to play, and it wouldn't feel right to not finish it up before I start other things. Yeah, it's plot devices happened that were generic and not crazy, you know. So far, I did find out. Okay, so you remember me talking before about the bar you'd fill up depending on, like, if you dodged and parried right, you'd get little points in the bar, and it would increase your SP that you got at the end of every fight. If you killed people with a finishing move, you would get a bonus to, like, your money, blah, 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 blah. This game has it, and I said it was going to be impossible for me to get, like, the dodge one filled up so that I can get more skill points, because you just can't really see when to dodge. Turns out you can just keep mashing the dodge button, and it'll just happen. So I managed to fill up my, like, skill gauge with, like, max SP, just by mashing the dodge button. It's sad because it dodges and then counters.
Shitty.
It's really shitty that's how like people say to do it. It totally worked though.
Right.
So cool, great. Now I managed, and then I fought a boss. Man, I spent like 2 hours on this. I fought a boss where your healer's not part of the fight anymore, and so that's your one character down. Another character just really never joins your party for that long at a time. So I was 2 characters down. The third character had to hack a computer, so I was 3 characters down. The fourth character doesn't attack at all, the little kid, so I was 4 characters down. You basically had to protect the girl hacking, and she couldn't die. So you have no healer, you have 2 other attackers, and 3 bosses that are just going after her. There's no such thing as taunting in this game. It was just like I had to get lucky enough to kill them before they got to her, and it took me like 2 hours of just dying over and over and over and over again. It was really frustrating, let me tell you that much. And it wasn't like a good frustration, like, oh, I can beat it. It was just like oh god, because like you couldn't heal fast enough because you are a shit healer, and you can't use items, you can't spam items over and over and over again. It was a frustrating fight. But
So would you say that not a lot of thought was put into that battle, or would you say a lot of thought was?
I don't think a lot of thought was put into the game. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it is what it is. It's a game.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna beat it because it's Star Ocean game.
it's a thing. It's there.
Yeah.
You know.
Other than that, I played Prison
Shame.
Architect. I jumped back into there. I haven't been there for years.
I know you like them games a lot.
I love those games, and now this one actually is really fleshed out because it was in early access years ago when it was just you just built a prison, but now there's like a campaign, story mode, stuff like that. There's little things.
Isn't there a
here
way
and
to
there.
like you can customize like the cafeteria and all that stuff, and you can do
Right, so like now you can set up patrols, you can have, you can do like lockdowns where you search every single hiding place in the prison. It shows you everything that you found. You have to worry about your prisoner's happiness a lot now. You can click on every prisoner and there's a bio as to what they did. If some of them have more story than others. You can look at all their charges. You can have them work in the prison now. It's like really crazy how much shit's actually in this game. It's really cool. It's a really good buy, and it's like decently expensive now too. Like I think I bought it for $10 in early access years ago. I think it's like $25 or something like that. I'd open Steam, but I don't want it to crash my computer because Steam likes to take up every little bit of resource you have.
just take a poop.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, that was it. I didn't really do a lot of playing this week. I was a lot of Overwatch. Oh no, I played Hearthstone. They put a new hero in Hearthstone. There's a new shaman portrait hero. It's a Murloc, which is great. So you had to recruit a friend, and they got to get to like level 20, like in their decks, not the rank, but the level. So I recruited cards in hand. Cards in hand got to level 20. Took 2 days because it's really boring to grind out those like early when you don't have any cards. Yeah. So I played that too. Hearthstone, good game.
That's what's up, dude.
I don't know if I've ever showed this off on the show, but I got
Let me see.
the coin from Hearthstone. It was in a loot crate once.
Oh,
It's a
sweet.
little I don't have it set to focus, but it comes in a little Hearthstone board.
Can you explain something to me?
Yeah, dude.
Hearthstone, the cards are these little tablets, right? They're stones.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't it literally just Warcraft characters going in a bar and playing this game like fucking Okay,
It
yeah,
is,
that's
yeah.
what the lore is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like there's no actual lore around Hearthstone. In fact, they're actually in the last expansion they broke a lot of what could be considered lore in Hearthstone. Like there's Ragnaros the Light Lord now, who's like he heals you instead of damaging you, which is not even close to a thing that could be in the games. So, but yeah, so like there's places in WoW where you can see a Hearthstone table and they're like playing Hearthstone. Yeah, it's just a big joke. Like it's a game within a game now. And in fact, in WoW, there's a couple garrison missions you can do that involve Hearthstone. You can get a Hearthstone card, which is a toy that you add to your toy collection, where when you use it, it says that you opened up a pack, blah, blah, blah. There's a Hearthstone board you can flip. It's they like integrated it really well into the Warcraft series. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing Overwatch,
Mm-hmm.
more Kingdom Hearts, and like last Thursday, they released another 25 missions today to finish up the Alice in Wonderland story arc.
Oh, nice.
The last story arc, though, the story actually like legit progressed a little more.
Oh, that's cool.
And now I think I'm starting to get into like the shady stuff. The whole premise of the game basically is moments before the Keyblade War. So it tells the story of you as an apprentice of one of the 5 foretellers. And I think I've explained this before on the show, but basically one of the foretellers is going to betray the light. And it's your job to figure out who that is. Or if it was one of their apprentices or whatever.
Right.
And I have a theory that I think it's the player. Like, I think it's you.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. But anyways...
but how would that make sense? There's so many of them.
Right. Because I think, like, you as the player going through the story, when it's you, everyone else is... I don't know. But... Or maybe it is more than one person, and that's what starts the Keyblade War. I have no idea.
Maybe.
The whole reason that the Keyblade War exists is because people saw how powerful the Dark was and tried to contain it for themselves, and then they got people to back them, and then all the people on the light side were like, "Bro, what are you doing?" or whatever.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've been playing that, and then I played something else this week. What did I play? Nothing. Never mind. God, I'm boring.
It was like a slow.
Man.
I know. That's what I feel like this week too.
I'm waiting. Like the reason I'm waiting to play a lot of stuff though too is because I'm working on our Let's Play video stuff and But you know what? I played a little bit of Super Punch Out. I play it probably every 2 months to make sure I'm not rusty, because I'm trying to get to the point where I can speedrun it.
Super Punch
right now.
Out.
So I played.
Oh right.
Yeah, on Super Nintendo. Yeah. I'm trying to get to the point where I can, like, there's certain tricks that you can do that nobody else you've never known. Like, if you've ever played the game when you were younger, you would have never known these things would exist. But there's a way to beat the final guy in like under 10 seconds.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, by knockout. So what happens is, like, the referee counts to 9, and he stands up, but he falls to one knee at the 10th second.
Okay.
He's like, oh shit, and then it's like, yeah. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. Awesome. Summer Games Done Quick just happened, actually, right? Like a couple weeks ago. I don't think we ever talked about it, but Summer Games Done Quick happened. Yeah.
Right.
Happens in Minneapolis here, which is really awesome.
That's really cool.
I'm hoping that this time next year I will be able to enter to speedrun Streets of Rage 2. Streets of Rage is my favorite game franchise ever. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on speedrunning Mega Man X. So I played a little Mega Man X a couple days ago on my Super Nintendo emulator, so I don't know how genuine that is.
Right.
But I do have a hard copy of the game, too. So, yeah, anyways, let's just dive right into some news. Fucking Pokemon Go, how you liking that?
Well, I got mad, and then I quit it. I uninstalled it, and I decided I wasn't going to play it until, like, next month, because I just, like, it just feels like it's in open beta, right? And because, like, the servers were having a hell of a lot of issues. I was more mad that
apparently that's what someone told me.
Right.
Was that it's still in beta, yeah.
It feels like that, just because, like, they didn't really prepare for how many people were going to have it, and to be fair, I think that the number of people that actually play it does far exceed what I thought was going to be, and I thought everyone was going to play it. So it's even more than I expected. I mean, it's on the it's like it was on the radio the other morning. They were talking about playing it. It was on the news that night. They were talking about playing it. It's fucking everywhere. So after like a day, I decided to just stop being so grumpy. Just obviously not spend any more money in the cash shop, because that was my issue, was that, like, the cash shop has no problem taking your money for currency, but the items that you buy, when the servers go down, you don't get them back, right? So if you lose stuff to server issues, you don't get recompensated for that. That was my issue. I got really pissy about that. The final straw was a war turtle showed up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking perfect. I'm gonna catch this thing because squirtles are not super easy to find. But and then of course the server shit out on me. I lost all the stuff that I used to try to catch that thing, and then I lost the damn thing. So I was mad. I quit it, and then I picked it back up. I decided to just play it and have a little bit of fun. Servers are doing a lot better now. They're actively working on it. So, but as a whole, I've gone out walking around like Como Lake. I go out exploring almost every day, like around and find new cool areas around here. It's doing what it does. It gets people out, makes people walk around, explore.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I definitely enjoyed a lot more than I was 2 weeks ago. So, yeah.
Something that we got into a conversation, you and I got into a conversation about it on Facebook with some of our friends.
Yeah.
And they were saying, like, they were telling you that you made a mistake by spending money. It's like your first mistake was spending money on it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, well, I lost my items, so I spent money.
Right.
Okay, but here's the thing. That's part of the game. That's part of a lot of mobile games is spending money on it.
Right.
People do it, and you can't really ridicule somebody for doing something that's part of the game.
No. I believe my response
was
your second mistake was letting that be an excuse, because when something releases, just because it's commonplace nowadays for shit to not work on release doesn't make it okay. It's still if it's released and if you're going to take people's money for it, it should work. There just shouldn't be a reason why it doesn't work then. That's why you have betas.
Right, and I got into another kind of little squabble with somebody else about it, and they kept telling me that same crap, and I'm like, do you understand like what I'm saying though? Like what I'm trying to tell you is that this is it if it starts becoming commonplace, then it's going to happen in the future, and something worse is going to happen where you buy the game and it just doesn't work.
Like every game that comes out on consoles and PC. Like that's why there's those day one patches, because things are rushed, they don't work right. So they just rely on people being like, oh, well, it's day one, what do you expect? Well, what do I expect is the shit to fucking work. Like back in the day, if a game shipped broken, they couldn't fix it. They had to actually get it to work before they shipped it. And, nowadays, anything comes out and it's broken on release.
Right, and I have my own reasons for not playing it. Number one, I don't have a proper phone, and I don't have a 4G service for my iPad.
But if you sign up for T-Mobile, all Pokemon Go data is free.
Yep.
How cool is that?
I have T-Mobile.
Dude,
I have T-Mobile, by the way.
Then perfect.
Yep.
You can literally play it for free now, because T-Mobile is a bunch of awesome people.
It doesn't count towards your data.
No,
yep.
That's tight.
Your data usage. So what I said was, Calvin's like, but this is open betas, and this is literally what every game is like these days. And that right there is the problem. When you are okay with that, you're contributing to that problem. You're perpetuating that problem.
Right.
And I said, and they kind of came at me like I was dissing the game. And I have my own personal reasons for not liking it and not wanting to play it in the first place. That has nothing to do with that conversation.
Right.
This conversation has to do with the fact that if we are okay with things like this happening, with people losing money, like you losing your money for buying Pokeballs or whatever, or what have you, then other game devs and other companies, like even I bet you Activision will start doing it. They probably already have, for God's sakes. They're going to think it's okay to release something in beta form, or even thereafter. Like, it's going to get worse. That when they release the game, it'll have problems, and they'll just be like, oh, well, it just got released, so they're going to keep pushing that until it gets further.
So he said but it's not actually an open beta. Like, it's not. There's been no... they actually said that it was in open beta now?
Well,
so I would question that.
Calvin said the version number is 0.29.0, and then Ryan said, oh, it's not, what is it?
I can look. I thought that it wasn't.
My friend Ryan said usually 0.xx.xx is beta or alpha release.
Yep. It's true.
So I'm not sure. But even so, like, what I replied with was like open beta, okay. Not sure if I really played open beta with this many problems either way. So,
I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't say it on my phone, but oh wait, maybe it does in the actual app store. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, Calvin was like, the game isn't perfect. No one's saying it is. It's still awesome. It's at a stage where it's having issues is totally fine. They are very aware of the problems, and it's only going to get better.
Right.
And
no,
I was like,
that's
right,
true.
and making that excuse for as many problems as the game had is kind of lame. It only makes other game devs think it's okay to release games in the state is okay, beta or otherwise, and that's all I'm saying. And
Right.
that's I'm not trying to bash the game there at that point. I would say this about any game. Like
Right.
it's not okay.
Right. No, like it has nothing
fact
to
that
do
it's-
with it being a Pokemon game. I'm not one of those people that's gonna bash it because it's a popular game. It's just if it doesn't
Right.
matter what it was. If any other game came out in the same state, I wouldn't. If Legion comes out in this state, I'm not going to give it a pass. If Overwatch came out in this state, I wouldn't give it a pass. That's like my favorite game of all time. I'm not going to
Right.
defend it just because I'm a fanboy. Nor am I going to hate it
Right.
just because I'm not a fanboy. So, no, that's absolutely
Right.
nothing.
And why would why would I bash a game that's bringing people together and getting them to go outside and walk around?
Or getting
Yeah,
people
no.
stabbed and mugged at night, you know.
Or finding dead bodies.
Well, no, like legit, people are putting Pokemon lures in like shady places at night, and then mugging the people that come up to them.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
funniest. I think it's hilarious. Like the evil side of me
it's fucking
finds that
shitty,
really
but
funny.
yeah.
It is shitty, and, you know, but it's funny as hell too.
Right. All right. So we got Ghostbusters may not get a China release.
Yeah, so China so far is like, oh no, we're not going to release it here because there's just not a lot of. We didn't think there was interest in it. But then there's also the no ghosts law in China where they don't want to promote like superstition and cults and stuff like that. Films like like Pirates of the Caribbean even had to be edited to get rid of like the ghost parts. It's just a thing there, and it makes sense. A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's really stupid," but here in America, we can't see movies if we're under the age of 17 that say "fucking it." So it's not that weird, really, you know.
Right.
But like,
It's a cultural thing.
right, and that would be bad because China is a pretty big market for a lot of Western movies. Like, wow, the
Yeah.
Warcraft movie really only made money because of China and other countries. But if it just came out here in the U.S., it wouldn't have made any money. Period. It was a very expensive movie, and it didn't make anywhere near what it needed to here. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. It's
That's
kind of a
awesome.
sad thing for them. I mean, I don't want it to fail unless it's bad. I won't go see it. It doesn't interest me, but it's still a sucky thing to hear when
Right.
something like that happens. And it makes sense. They're not going to be able to edit out the ghosts. So we'll see what ends up happening, though.
Right.
But I know that China's
So,
censorship is really high, so.
So before we get to the big part of the news of the little mini NES, I want to talk about this Evolve went to free to play.
Okay, yeah.
Um.
So
Like-
you know about the sordid history of Evolve, right?
Yeah.
This game was supposed to be revolutionary. It was, a 4-on-1. One person's a monster, and the other 4 are the hunters. And the monster can evolve and become better and stronger, can run up walls and fly and all this shit. And it came out, and it was awful. It was just really bad. Didn't work at all. It was really boring. People fucking hated it. But people spent like, I don't have the link open, but people bought like the $120 edition of it, and then they had the audacity to, in this game that you have to buy, is to release monsters for DLC that costs like, I think it was like $15 each or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
The game was sinking very quickly. I think the number of concurrent players went down to, damn, I can't remember. It was some ridiculously low number now. It dropped like 7,000% in a week. Now they decided to go free to play, which, you know, good for them. But they were able to rename it, which usually means that they can clear the bad press on Steam. Sometimes they can't, sometimes they can. We'll see. But they went free to play, and they offered War Z, yeah. Changed to Infestation. Changed to Infestation Survivor Stories. Yeah. Nice job, guys. Dumbasses. Didn't fool anyone. But they ended up going. So like people are mad because people that spent a bunch of money on it. I don't remember the specifics, but they had like a bunch of really cool shit and skins and stuff like that. So when it went free to play, those people got currency, right? Like let's say someone spent over $100 on it when it came out, and all the progression, so everything got wiped. And to recompensate, this one player was given 3,000 keys, which I assume is the currency. This amount can be gotten within 1 hour of play, and it's not even enough to unlock a single skin, right? So really super unfair compensation for those who actually spent money on this thing in the first place. I would be super bummed if I could play for an hour and get my money back, basically. It's kind of shitty. I have it downloaded. I want to try it because now that it's free, I can actually try it. I think you and I should jump in there and probably play it. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be the monster. Obviously.
I'll be the monster. Yeah, you be the monster.
I'll be the monster.
I was watching Friends. I had a friend who started a Twitch channel called Select Start. I don't know if they still play as often or not, but they were playing it, and I was watching them play it, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, I was watching them play it for a good hour, actually. I don't know what I was doing that day, but yeah, we should try that. I think we should try it.
It's free now, so why not? You know?
Let's talk about the mini NES. Oh my god.
This thing is so cool. It's
TV
so cool.
plug in and play.
Yeah, it's the first like official though, like Nintendo one, right? Like there's tons of these plug and play things, and there have been for many, many years. But I don't think Nintendo's ever made one, right?
No, but there have been third party ones that preload like Sega games, which I don't know how they got away with that, but
I think that they just don't care, you know. If they sell a bunch of them,
didn't care at all.
You know, whatever. But yeah, like so it's this little mini, looks like a little mini Nintendo. It's got an HDMI port, which is sick. Plug it into your TV. It comes preloaded with 30 games like Mario. I saw Final Fantasy, Zelda 1 and 2. I don't remember what else. There's just a whole bunch of classic Nintendo games on there. That's awesome. Definitely get one of those. It comes out in November
11 for $60.
It's not that bad. $60. I mean, it's it's more than maybe it should be, but whatever. People are gonna buy it. Who wouldn't?
So, are you gonna have to download and buy games on it after the fact, or how are they gonna do that?
No, I don't think
because obviously you can't put your.
I don't think that they're adding games to it.
Because you can't put in your regular cartridge in it, like.
No, it's just a plug and play. So it's just gonna be the 30 games that come stock on it, and that'll be it.
I think there was a list of it.
There was
here somewhere.
There was.
Oh, okay, yeah. Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 1 and 2.
Yep.
Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. There you go. Dr. Mario, the original Final Fantasy. That's legit as fuck.
Yep.
Punch Out. Obviously, they can use Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Right.
First 3 Super Marmars. Kirby. Come on, like Mega Man 2. I like how they're choosing the good one of like the series. Like they're choosing Mega Man 2.
Yep.
And not
arguably the best Mega Man game.
Yeah, that Mega Man 2 is really good. Double Dragon 2, Ghosts and Goblins, Ice Climbers. Yeah, this is legit. Oh, Tecmo Bowl, I'm in. Tecmo Bowl is really fun.
Yep. And that's the thing is
it's
going to be
funniest.
on your nice HD TV. It's going to look great, you know.
I'm in. Classic controller.
Does it just come with one controller?
The included NES Classic controller, can also be used with NES Virtual Console games on your Wii or Wii U. That's pretty cool. So you have to buy the controller separately, but it's only $10. The second one separately.
Right, but then we're getting up to like $70 for
Right.
Which is.
I don't even care. I'm probably just gonna buy this just to have it because this is pretty cool.
So it
really
does work with the Wii U Virtual Console then.
That controller, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You can plug it into your Wii or Wii U.
Is it just a USB controller then? It must be.
I think that's what it looks like.
It's
Yeah,
gotta
because when
be.
you look at the front of this thing, yeah, that's probably what it is. But yeah, that's sweet. I like the website for it is if you go to www.nintendo.com/NES-classic, like the classic like design, like the 80s like looking design they have on that website is really funny. Like
That's cool.
the packaging is really cool too. But yeah, that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then now let's move on to Ana Amari, the mother of Farah.
So
Overwatch.
So the
Who
craziest
watches The
thing
Watchmen?
happened. I never in my life thought there'd be a day when you tell me news about Overwatch. I just didn't think that
yeah.
that was possible. I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't check any of the news because they said the 21st, and well, it's not the 21st. It was actually on the
Right.
12th that they announced it. Yeah, I'm sitting here, no problem, and you're like, dude, check this out, and you send me this video, and I'm like, how did I not know about this? How did I just not know? I don't know.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Sucks. I just can't believe it. I did make a video. It's on our channel.
Yes.
It's me
please
just
go look
sitting.
at that.
Yeah, go look at it. It's kind of fun. I just sat and recorded a bunch of stuff, and then I recorded myself talking while watching it. I didn't write it. I just wanted it to be a really good first impression of it.
Yeah, it's about 12, 13 minutes of Joel just kind of playing around, showing you all the skins, showing everything.
The skins are
so
tight.
that's the latest. Yeah, they are really sweet. That's the latest video on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
It just says Ana Amari, new Overwatch hero. It's just Joel playing around
Yep.
and messing around. So please go watch that.
Yep.
YouTube.com/CardsandHandman.
So, like, she is Farah's mother. No surprise there. It was... The two things that were always known were that we're going to get a character named Sombra, and that there's going to be a support sniper. The support sniper everyone assumed was going to be Farah's mom, because she was always pictured with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And we knew that there was some lore there because people mention her mom, and she's like, you know, whatever. But everyone thought that that was going to be Sombra. Sombra's physically... Her name is all over the place in Dorado, whereas the picture of Farah's mother, Ana, was in the Egypt level, which makes sense because that's, you know, where they're from. So, and it was great because I had this theory, and I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, where I said that Sombra and this support sniper are not the same character. I just don't see them as the same character.
Yeah.
We still don't know because, of course, Ana's got this kind of flowy cloak, which looks like the picture of Sombra from the newspaper in the Dorado level, kind of. Super hard to tell still, though. There's been no official anything on it, and so her comic actually came out today on the Blizzard site, and nothing in there has anything to do with Sombra. So that tells me that they are still different characters. I'm under the impression that Sombra was probably the stealth character that they were working on, and they ended up cutting her from the game because stealth just wasn't going to work in this game. So I think maybe that just might be at the end like an Easter egg.
That makes me kind of curious because the word Sombra means I don't know if it's Greek or Latin or whatever, but it's like comes from the word somber, which is like sleepy. And one of Ana's things is she puts you to sleep.
Well, Sombra in Spanish also means like shadow, something like that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yep.
But yeah, that's gonna be main character. It's gonna be my main, obviously, because
Dude, she's tough. She's a weird fucking character. That is the weirdest character I've ever played in any kind of FPS ever. You literally shoot your teammates with a sniper rifle to heal them.
Right.
So my whole crazy train of thought, because well, not you haven't, but I mean, like, I've been in the PTR with full teams of her. It's so funny. It's so incredibly funny to play this character. But immediately I was like, oh, she's really only going to see play in like high level competitive mode with teams, right? Because as a healer, she's great, but she can only snipe one person at a time, and her reload's really slow. but it all relies on her being able to see you. So in most games, people aren't huddled in a group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are not sitting at a choke point. People are usually off around the sides flanking, or they're, like a tracer's out doing her job. I can't heal a tracer with her because you just can't hit a fucking tracer with her. And so I was trying to heal a Junkrat when I noticed this, because the Junkrat, as you're supposed to be doing when you're playing this game, is jumping around back and forth, not standing still because you don't want to get shot, right? And so I'm like trying to shoot him, and I'm just like, oh my god, fucking stand still, I need to heal you, right? So that's why it's going to be really interesting, and it's going to require a team of people playing and communicating together to just be able to like heal and like set up a good vantage point, right? Because that's going to be the key, is getting a location that you can actually see the battlefield and like heal enough people to even make yourself worth it. Oh, and she has no like grapple. She can't wall crawl. She has no double jump. She has no way to quickly get up on a ledge either. So like it's going to be even harder for her to find a good spot, right? Because she can't go to some of the sniper only spots. And that's the other thing, is that a good sniper is going to know those spots. So why wouldn't it be the best thing in the world to snipe the enemy's healer? Because you know exactly where the fuck they are, right? They're in the sniper spot. Just shoot them. So it's going to be really weird to see how she fits in. But I will say, her as an off healer with like Zenyatta was tight. That was like super fun. A team with her, Zenyatta, and Reinhardt was a lot of fun. So maybe she's like the Zarya for the support, where you have like a Mercy and an Ana, right? Where like as a tank you'd have a Zarya with like a Reinhardt, or a Zarya with any other tank, because Zarya is really good as an off tank. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a lot of fun, and it's probably going to be in the game a hell of a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting 2 months from now, end of season 1, but it's on PTR currently. It works fine, so maybe a couple weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, Overwatch fucking killing it.
Yeah, they really are, to be honest.
Killing it.
I know every week we seem to be S-ing their D, but it's honestly like it's
They
Blizzard,
deserve it. They did good. Shit.
So any of our watchers, if you're watching this on YouTube or right now, whatever, go to our YouTube channel and watch Joel's gameplay of that if you weren't part of the PTR. And why don't you go do that real quick?
Yeah. Well, also,
really
we need one more subscriber. We need one more follower on Twitch, by the way. Then we'll be at 100. We're at 99.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I just saw that today.
That's pretty good for only doing this for a couple months, I think. We're getting more likes on Facebook too. We got like 5 last week, which is legit.
Yep.
Hey, so I'm really quickly gonna go through some Steam sales now that the sale's over. We can go back to normal life. The people who made the game Transistor and Bastion, they're having like a thing. So Transistor's $3.99 and Bastion's $2.99.
That's a good buy.
So do that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I might pick up Transistor.
Yeah.
Undertale is $6.99.
Worth. Just get it.
They finally released the classic fighting game made by Sega, Under Night in Birth, EXE late. This is the latest version of Under Night in Birth because there's like 7 versions of it. $23.99. They also, it's instead of 30, it's $23.99. Also, right. Speaking of Under Night in Birth, they also released Melty Blood, Code Actress again.
What?
Which is, yeah. So if anyone wants to play Melty Blood, they also, and I'm glad that they're finally getting the fucking picture here. At the same time, they still need to catch up a little bit. But the people who make Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, they need to get a little quicker on the Steam train there. But they do have Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend on which I don't know if that's the latest version. I think that is actually. Yeah, Chrono Phantasma Extend. Oh, so never mind. No, yeah, the latest Blaze Blue version is Central Fictions. Blaze Blue Central Fiction, which sucks Because every time the new one comes out, then they put the latest one on Steam, and it's like, no, just put the latest one on Steam. But if you want to get in some Blaze Blue, Chrono Phantasma is $20 instead of $30. So yeah.
Also, I just realized that Nights into Dreams is on Steam. I just didn't know.
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
It is. So speaking of fighting games, though, let's get into the main topic. EVO
so I'm gonna
this
go.
weekend.
I'm gonna go because this is definitely your area. I'm just gonna go.
I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna chill back here. Oh, and also Melty Blood is instead of 25, it's 20. So hit that up too. I want to talk about EVO for a little bit, but then I just want to hit on we get into the main topic here. I just want to hit on esports as a whole in general.
Oh, I can talk about that.
And how far it's come. And I know you can, because I mean, I think you play Hearthstone pretty competitively. I definitely think you could get up on that if you wanted to. Let's talk about the game schedule at EVO now. So obviously badge pickup is every day. Pre-party is on Thursday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So it's probably going to happen in like a couple hours.
Right.
It's because they're 2 hours behind us. So, 2 hours behind us. Tournament day 1. Here we go. We have Street Fighter V, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Smash Bros. For the Wii U, Pokken Tournament, I don't fucking know why, Tekken 7, Fated Retribution, and Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, okay? And then from there, we're going to go into the second day and continue all those games from the prelims and pre-qualifiers from the first day. And then we're going to add UMVC 3, Mortal Kombat XL, and Killer Instinct. And then these are some sweet panels this year. On Friday at 10, there's going to be a Capcom Street Fighter panel, which I'm sure the creator, Ono, and the other guy is going to be there.
Right.
At 12 p.m., there's going to be a Microsoft Killer Instinct panel. That's got to be sick, right? Microsoft. Right. At 4 p.m., my dude, one of my favorite YouTubers, Maximilian Dude, he's going to have a panel. Huh. And then Saturday, Bang the Machine, SNK, Atlas, and Sony, and Level Up and Alex Valle. So Sunday's finale, that's when we're going to have the finals for Mortal Kombat, UMVC 3, Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, and Melee, and Street Fighter 5.
Also, really quick, I want to say good luck to Gerard, the completionist, who's been training in Street Fighter 5 and Smash for like a year now. He's competing in EVO this year. So
okay, sweet. I don't know if Lupe Fiasco is. Did anyone check if he was doing that? He probably isn't. He's probably busy as shit. The dude's busy as shit. He's also like a really awesome rapper. So I mean, I don't know if he's like on tour or what. Oh no, he's at EVO.
Oh really?
He just tweeted a picture with his FGC jacket on. Yep.
There you go.
I'm retweeting that. So yeah, Lupe Fiasco's at EVO. My friend who holds Combo Breaker every year, Richard, is at EVO. And I want to give a shout out to all my dudes of the MN tournament game scene who are at EVO right now. I know my dude Puna is there. He is known as Phenom. I don't know if any of my other friends are there, but yeah, a lot of the MN guys are there. Hopefully they will represent, and we'll get to catch them on stream. I'm excited for EVO this year. Normally I don't watch when it's happening.
Right.
I normally tend to watch because it's really hard to get on Twitch when that's happening. Right. I normally tend to watch like the playthroughs on YouTube. Yeah. And I'm honestly, I think there were a couple people maybe that were a little gripey that it wasn't Street Fighter 4. I'm not griped about that at all. A lot of us aren't mad about that. Street Fighter 5 is honestly where it's at now.
Right.
Street Fighter 5, in my opinion, playing when I played, I still haven't reinstalled it yet because my core processing unit's still old, but it's a nice combination of Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 3 put together, and I think a lot of us love that. Mm-hmm. And it makes for good tournament play. So I'm really excited about that. What I'm really excited to see is the Mortal Kombat.
Right.
I want to see how because I haven't seen any competitive play of new Mortal Kombat game yet. Any. Yeah. All I've seen was one tournament, one match. It was a guy playing Jason.
Jason's
and apparently
so tight.
Apparently he's like boss. He's like.
It's true.
He's top. He's tops.
You know what? Funny enough, I actually I totally forgot I did play Mortal Kombat X like a couple days ago. I like reloaded it and I got in there and I ran around the crypt for a while and I played a couple matches. I totally forgot about that. Damn.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I do have it. I do have it on Steam's.
Yeah, I know we were gonna play.
It doesn't run that bad actually. Yeah, it runs okay. I'm gonna, when I get a new core processing unit, I'm gonna try and reload that again and try and play a little more. But yeah, I'm really excited to see that, and I'm really excited to see Daigo and how he's progressed from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, and excited to see obviously any Team EG guys, you know, Justin Wong and Ricky Ortiz and K-Brad. They're probably my favorite guys. I love K-Brad. K-Brad's just really funny. Like, he's just a funny guy, and he's really humble. K-Brad's the kind of video game player where if you go up to him or if you play him in a match and he wrecks you, he'll like, after the match is over, he'll be like, dude, so when you do this, like, try and like duck and do a crouching whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he's that guy. From what I've heard and from what I've seen just on YouTube and stuff, like, he's really cool. He's a really cool guy.
And it's not
so
like
really
it's not like
see...
in that like dickish condescending way where it's like, well, you should dodge more, right? No, it's not like that. It's like legitimately helping, right?
He's cool. Yeah, he's like a legit, like, trying to give you a tip, like, oh, dude, so like I know this is a hard matchup, but you should try and do this next time,
right?
You know, most of the and most of the MN fight scene guys are like that too now. The last time I went to a tournament was Hot Import Nights last summer, and after every battle I lost, they were just like, you know what, dude, you need to stop like doing a strong crouching kick with Cody because it leaves him 2 frames open. So you need to like not do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the next match I won because I was like, oh, like I did that less and it worked. You know what I mean? Like, I was leaving myself open a lot. But yeah, K-Brad's really cool. So I'm really excited basically to see my favorite guys and how they play Street Fighter 5 because I haven't been watching any fighting game stuff because I was literally waiting for Combo Breaker and EVO to come through and I was going to watch all that stuff. But yeah, all my favorite guys are there. Mike Ross is there and all they're all there right now. But I want to talk to you about how you think esports has grown. Obviously how EVO has grown. EVO is huge now.
Right.
Okay, Evolution Championship Series is huge since it started in 2002. I think in 2002 it started just kind of as a regular, like, oh, let's get all the current fighting games and some other cool fighting games that we all still play and let's put them together.
Right.
You know.
Now is
EVO with
on ESPN or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know if it ever has been either.
So it's not as
I
big
be
as
surprised
it could be, basically.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and I want to say that it is big enough for ESPN, but I also want to say that because Twitch is a huge partner of the fighting game community as a whole,
right?
Then that's probably the reason why they're not. Because Twitch is like, no, we want that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but in 2002, then that's what I love about some technology. Like, obviously, technology is evolving so fast. Back in 2002 and up to 2000 and whatever, before we had streaming services, there was no way to watch any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was just video recording equipment that people used. That's what recorded that crazy, you know, Daigo parry, the Unleashing the Beast moment in 2003. But in 2002, it was just Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, MVC2, and CVS2. You know what I mean? 2003 it was just Third Strike, MVC2. Now we're all up to ever since like 2000 and you know 5 or 4, they keep up on current games. You know, the big year I think that definitely made things blow up was when it was Super Street Fighter 4 in like 2010, and Mike Ross climbed all the way to the top coming out of nowhere. There's actually a documentary on him called Focus that follows Mike Ross. I think it's like 40-some minutes.
Wow.
I watched it at school because I got to school really early one time. And it's a really cool documentary about Mike Ross and his journey all the way up to 4th place, losing to Daigo pretty much. And look how far he's come. Now he makes that Twitch money. Now he's on YouTube with Excellent Adventures of Mike Ross and Gutex, you know. So I think that's definitely something that, and the previous, obviously the 2003 Unleashing the Beast moment really helped boost fighting games hardcore. That documentary focus in general made a lot of us MN people like, wow, I want to get good now. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about getting good.
Right.
You don't want nobody to surpass you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so what do you think as, because also, Team EG, Evil Geniuses, they have multiple teams. They have the fighting game people. They have the StarCraft people.
Right.
I think they got a League of Legends team too.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they now got Melee people. So, I mean, do you think this is something people can invest in? Like, they can do this? Like, do you think it's worth it? I think it's pretty worth it.
I do. Look, here's the thing.
I mean, if you...
Something like ESPN, it doesn't stand for football. It literally stands for, what is it, entertainment and sports, something. But,
yeah.
Like, I have personally watched Heroes of the Storm, or Heroes of the Dorm on ESPN.
Yeah, Heroes of the Dorm.
I've watched, like, Dota on there. These things have been on there. Like, this is not like this crazy new thing now. Right. The only issue is that all the sports people just lose their shit when they see video games on their sports network.
Right.
But, like, I think it's slowly getting to the point where people can just let it be. Like, let it exist, right? There was a great quote that was like, somebody's mad because they have video games on their channel that also has a spelling bee and a hot dog eating contest on it. It's like, you people need to understand how ridiculous you sound, and you're like, oh, it's video games, get that shit off. When it may not take physical strength to do anything in games, but to do twitch controls, to do split-second decision-making, to train your hands to move at the lightning speed that they do, to where, like, mouse DPI sensitivity actually makes a difference for you. That takes a lot more strategy than a lot of other sports, like physical sports, do. I think people are starting to understand that, and it's like getting to be okay to be like on ESPN. I think they shove them to like ESPN2 and crap like that, but a day will come. It'll happen. It'll happen kind of soon too, because guess what? There's a bunch of money in these things, a ton of money. There's millions, and like Smite has millions of dollars prizes and stuff like that. Smite, it's like, that's not even like necessarily that big of a game. Certainly, I don't think it's on ESPN, but Heroes of the Dorm was a really good thing to happen. It got a lot of people into it. It got a lot of people watching ESPN for it. It was great. It's just, I don't see any reason why like EVO couldn't be on ESPN. And like, I don't want to see like a separate TV station just for esports, because I think that's a step in the wrong direction. Then they should just all be able to be the same thing, because surprisingly there are some gamers who actually do like real sports. There's some real sports fans who do like video games that aren't Madden, right? Like there's enough bleed over there for it to just be like one big like happy family. But unfortunately, there's also a lot of people that don't see it as a sport yet, don't understand what it takes to do it. It sucks. Yeah. Maybe someday, maybe eventually, maybe soon. We'll see. I'll give it another 5 years before I even think about it again.
I saw a tweet earlier that somebody said where they were like, if you're honestly bitching about seeing all the Pokemon Go posts, imagine what it was like for me seeing all these posts about sports for the last 10 some years. And it's like, it's so true, like, it
is so true.
And something that I'll say right now is a lot of you football fans out there who like go to the bar and do all that lame stuff, that tool bag stuff. Let me tell you something. Do you know that a lot of people that Joel and I have played Magic or Weiss Schwartz with are football fans? Like, more football fans than you.
Dude, to the point where when I was working at the game shop, we would have to turn on certain sports events because the people there wanted to watch in between their matches. Yeah.
I used to talk about, there was one year where I was watching the Vikings pretty prominently, and I was talking, there was this really cool guy named, shout out to Adam. He was the guy who played Weiss with us. He was so cool.
Right.
And he would go to Sunday Weiss with us for a little bit, but then on tournament Sundays, you know, where it would happen in the morning, he wouldn't participate, or he would go for a little bit and hang out because he wanted to go home and watch the game.
Right.
But you know, like, I don't know if you fucking toolbags know this, but there's more of a nerd fan base in football watching than you are. So, you know, go fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we're all fucking, if you think about it, everyone's a fucking nerd, everyone's a sports fan.
Yeah.
If you think about it real hard.
Right.
Okay.
It's true.
Alice, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You getting together with your bitch buddies and getting drunk off of Coors Light, playing fantasy football, is literally no different than me going to Joel's house and playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. Where instead it would be like Mountain Dew and like Cheetos, right?
Yeah, right. The only difference is that we're creating our characters, you aren't.
It's true.
Literally the only
Actually,
difference.
it's true. You're still looking at the stats, but you're just rolling like a pre-made character at that point.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So I mean, honestly, I think we're getting there. You know, it's being a little more respected. Daigo made 6 figures the year of 2015. Okay,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the year before that he didn't make a lot, but in 2015 he was very active and he made a lot of money.
Right.
So I mean, I think it is possible. I think if you have the opportunity and you're really good at something, don't do it for free if you don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not
obviously,
the like $100 and some odd million that some sports people make per year. But you know,
no, obviously not.
No.
But the more sponsors that happen, I mean, look at the company Red Bull. Look at the Red Bull company right now. Okay.
Who was it?
Red Bull has their.
Was it RedTube that had their own, or was it Pornhub? That's who it was. Pornhub's esports team that they had that got shut down, unfortunately. That sucks.
Which I think is.
That was bullshit.
That's
Actually, that's
shitty.
kind of bullshit. In nothing to do with that team did they advertise pornography. Period. They were very sure that they went along with the rules. Unfortunately, the rules state that a company cannot be into adult stuff. It can't be alcohol or tobacco companies that back esports teams. However, there are definitely a few of them who are backed by alcohol and tobacco companies, but they like circumvent the rule by going through other companies. It sucks. Everyone does it. But man, that was great. That was a good team too. It was a good team.
Yeah, they were good. Maybe Pornhub just has to like circumvent through a different company. I have no idea. I don't know if they can, but you know, Red Bull, they host fighting game tournaments now.
Right.
You know, Red Bull's got a music label. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Red Bull's in it. Like, yeah, they do. They got actually one of my favorite bands, Beartooth, is on Red Bull Records.
So weird. I didn't know that.
It is. It's really weird.
Know.
There's like a lot of, they just sign a lot of weird artists. They just sign random people. But no, like the Red Bull has a tournament. They had a fighting game tournament. It was cool because the way they had it set up was you literally went into a cage and sat at like a desk with the monitor and your controller or whatever. Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry. Nothing beats the Hearthstone tournaments where you actually go in. Have you ever seen it? Oh
no,
my god,
actually.
dude, you gotta look it up. So look up like Blizzard Hearthstone tournament, because you actually go into like a tavern and sit down across the table from one another, and it's literally like built like a tavern. It's so tight. It is so tight.
That's badass.
It's sweet. So cool.
There was one time, there was one tournament. Let's see if I can find the video. Maybe I'll send it to you later. But K-Brad walked in. It was a fighting game tournament, and the monitors were set up in an actual like wrestling ring or boxing ring with like the ropes and everything.
That's
and
cool.
K-Brad walked in like stone cold like this, you know.
Right.
You know, whatever. And then he had like a Red Bull or a Monster, and he did like the or whatever, and then or beer, I don't know. And then then one guy pretended to come up and talk smack, so he gave him a stunner by like kicking him and then like doing the thing or whatever. It was really funny.
That's
great.
Dude,
fucking, I'm looking up the Hearthstone thing right now because I want to see that.
They're so tight. I love watching them. See, I got my little Hearthstone.
Yeah, dude.
Stress ball. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's a little Hearthstone. super tight.
Hearthstone stress ball, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's legit. That's
Isn't that
really
super
cool.
tight?
I went on Google Images. Yeah, that's so fucking funny, dude. That's
And
badass.
so like next to there's like a bar where people can sit at. It's just really tight, and like they do interviews over there. It's super cool looking.
Yeah, that's
I would
awesome.
love to stand
like
in there
that.
someday. Not to compete, but I just want to visit that someday. Like that set.
Just
the
like be a
arena.
part of it, like look
Right.
around.
Yep.
It's really cool. So did they leave this building and set up then, or?
I assume so because I've seen it several years now in a row. I don't see them really. That's probably a permanent fixture because I think those are hosted by Blizzard. So
They just
pretty
like
sure.
have a space for it that they probably bought.
right, yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
they got enough money they can afford it. Man, what was the last number on Overwatch I saw? It was like 13 million sales, and that was like a month ago.
Sheesh.
That's crazy.
Sheesh.
However,
what's up,
they're
dude.
also not making money off it every month, nor are they charging for heroes. So that's
Right.
going to be an interesting one because the longer that Overwatch is out, the less that they're going to make from it, obviously. So that's going to be an interesting one.
Right.
I'm
It
still
is.
glad that they're not charging for heroes.
I
love
wonder
them.
if it was meant to be just like when they released the game, it was just supposed to be an investment. Like, no, we're gonna
Right.
make everything free, and the payoff is gonna be when everyone buys it, right off the bat. You know.
Right. And also, they've now created another world, right, that they can continue to produce games for and media.
Yeah.
Shit, I have the Overwatch hoodie. I have every fucking pop figure. I have 3 different editions of Overwatch. So, like
Right.
they have created a world where you want to buy stuff for it. Merchandise is endless. Action figures,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for those.
And
Right.
10 years from now, they'll have Overwatch 2 or something, or an
Exactly.
expansion.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
yeah.
They
We'll see.
made Warcraft like 30 years ago, and they're still making money off of that IP. So there's no doubt that,
Oh yeah.
like,
That's what's up.
even
That's
just
what's
like
up.
making the first game as just strictly an investment for 20 years down the line, that's still smart. Like, they're still going to make their
Yeah.
money back on that, obviously.
For sure. Coming to a close though, I think esports. I think we're in there. And I'm just going to continue watching them. I'm going to continue watching on Twitch. That's the interesting thing is even if it's not on ESPN, I think a lot of us don't mind either. It's because it's on Twitch and we
Yep.
love Twitch. We're on Twitch right now.
Mhm.
So, anyways, I'm going to end with 2 things. Bro of the week goes to me, Joel, and Bryan. Okay, that's my bro of the week because we all got a play of the game today during our pre-show game stream of Overwatch. So Joel got one with Reaper.
Reaper, yeah.
I got one with Junkrat, and
No,
Bryan
I got one with
Junkrat.
Mercy. That's what it was. It was
Oh,
a Mercy
okay,
play
yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, and I got one with Junkrat, and Bryan got one with Junkrat. So yeah, which makes me happy because my last play of the game on last week's stream was my other main, which is Soldier.
Right.
76. So now I think it's time for me to shift gears, and I'm gonna try and pick up May, and see if I can get better with another tank. Maybe just go back to Roadhog and try that.
Sure.
Because I'm really bad with I'm really bad with tanks. I never play them. And Joel kind of brought up a good point today. He was like, dude, you were pretty okay with Genji. You should try and do that again. And this time around, I was using the reflective thing a lot more often.
Right.
There was one game where I played Genji where I didn't die at all. So I'm gonna try that. Anyway, you got a bro of the week?
I do. It's going to go to Josh Petersdorf, who voices Roadhog, because I tweeted at him earlier asking how I could get an autograph from him because he has no contact information.
Right.
I said, where did it go? I said, let's see. I was wondering how I could go about getting an autograph from you. I want to go whole hog, right? And he literally just tweeted back and just said, send bacon. That was it. To which I replied,
Where?
I will literally send bacon to wherever I need to obtain this. Send bacon. You know what? Fuck you, but that's really funny.
Yeah, fuck you. That's really funny. Right.
Because
Oh my
I
God.
don't know if I mentioned it on the show or prior when we were still sitting there. I have this, it's my goal. It's a long journey for me to obtain all signatures, except Bastion because there's no voice actor, and probably not Mei because neither of us can find any actual information on the voice actress. Was it Zhang Yu? I think it was her name was. She's an animator. She's animated things. She's done like 3 things ever, and the name is so common that it might be impossible to find her. But there's a couple more that are gonna be really hard. But that's like my life goal now. Like my hobby is to collect all these signatures.
Hell yeah, dude. So my question to you now, closing question.
Mm-hmm.
Closing nerd hypothetical, because I haven't done one in a while.
Sure.
If you had to get anything Overwatch tattooed on you, what would you get?
Well, I mean, I'd probably just do the symbol, right? 'Cause I don't know if you
The Overwatch
noticed,
symbol, yeah.
but my tattoo actually looks a hell of a lot like the Overwatch symbol. Anyway.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's not too
The
far
League
off
of
from
Tamara.
that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that kind of design, like just the symbol. It's so strong and round. And, like it's usually really good. Every good symbol's round. I would probably just do the straight
it's like a O
Overwatch
with a W.
symbol, right? Because I don't want to like lock myself
Yeah.
into a character because I like so many of them. Like D.va, Reaper, I can't decide which is my favorite. But like I like everyone else. So I would just go with just the symbol. Yep. Final answer.
Yeah.
Final answer.
I would probably either get May's little drone thing,
Right. That's pretty
or
cool.
we're all soldiers, or get we're all soldiers now somewhere. Because
Right.
like something about Soldier 76, and here's the reason why I love him so much. And he doesn't say this in the game ever, but this is a very like really true saying. And the first time I ever heard it was when I read Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass 2 is, and this is like, this must be Soldier 76's credo. It has to be, because no matter how old he is, the dude is just always going. You know what I mean? Is evil prevails when good men do nothing.
Right.
And it's like, when you think about Soldier 76, that like resonates so much with him. It's so true.
Right.
And when he gets up and says we're all soldiers now, it's like you're in it. That's it encompasses Overwatch so well, because you're in there with your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
You're in there to help them. Okay, if a fair is doing a Justice Reign thing and you're a Junkrat, throw a fucking trap down next to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you can for your homies.
Right.
Switch when you have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's really cool. I really like Soldier 76. He's a badass.
He is.
I would get that tattooed on me for sure.
We're all soldiers now.
We're all soldiers now, dude.
I would get. Let's see. I would get nerf this. Done. Done. Nerf
Done.
this. Or
Dunzo.
I would get, just to be like a dumbass, I would get one of Bastion's quotes, which are just sounds. He doesn't actually say anything. Actually, you know what? A Bastion thing might be tight. Just because, like,
yeah.
of all the characters in Overwatch, I think Bastion might be the saddest backstory. Like,
Oh yeah.
he was an Omnic. He's like not even really, he can't speak or anything like that. He was literally a murder bot created during the war, and he's the last of his kind. He was left out in the wilderness to die, basically. And that's why the Bastion origin skin is all mossy and stuff like that. Like it's
Overgrown skin. Yeah.
Something happened in his programming, and he just didn't want to kill anymore. Oh my god, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was reading in this beautiful collector's edition book right here.
You know why that
cover?
cover is awesome? Have
is a
you ever
really good
seen the
story.
cover to Valkyria?
Huh?
Have you ever seen the cover to Valkyria Chronicles?
No, and it's on Steam.
That's
and I really want it.
That's exactly what that cover of that book looks like.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It's like a tank. They're riding the tank, and all the main characters are like going forward
Oh, that's really cool.
and shit. That's badass. I love that.
This book is so tight. Let's see, where is he? There's my boy right there. Bastion.
There you go.
Overgrown Bastion right there. Poor dude, you know? Yeah, I'd probably get a Bastion tattoo, actually. Something. Or maybe even his bird. I think his bird's name was like Ganymede, which is pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh, like one of the Jupiter's moons or whatever that is, Ganymede.
Yeah, isn't that...
I'm pretty sure it's a moon.
What was the name of that little owl thingy from Jason and the Argonauts? Or, Shit, what was that thing called? Come on, man. Come on. I don't know how to spell Ganymede. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll look into it. We'll talk about it next week. I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't want to talk about it
I
anymore.
don't
I'm
want to
done.
talk about it anymore.
You guys can hit us up on Facebook.com/CardsandHannahMen. We are very quick to reply to messages, so if you have any questions you want us to answer on the show, hit us up on there or hit Cards in Hand at Cards in Hand on Twitter. You could do that, and we're on YouTube, youtube.com/CardsandHannahMen. Every episode. When does every episode come out now? When do you put on the recorded episodes?
If I don't forget, it's Friday. If I forget, it's Monday.
So if you weren't here tonight, then the next show, or you can leave a comment on the YouTubes if you want us to answer any questions, and then check out the latest video on the YouTubes of Ana Amari if you weren't part of the PTR.
Which already outdates my fucking collector's edition book, by the way. Thanks, guys. 1 month. It took like a month and a half.
Fuck you guys for giving us stuff.
Douchebags.
And then, oh my god, yeah, that's fucking funny. Yeah, dude, so thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week as we talk about why I'm better at fighting games than Joel. Because he sucks. There we go, that's the episode. We're done. No show next week. Move on. Move on. Joel
You're only
sucks.
better at me at fighting games because one of us has to be worse. It's just how it is.